Look at this map. This is the Texas desert. It's usually pitch black. But zoom in right here. That isn't a city. That isn't a military base. What you're looking at is a $500 billion hole in the ground. They call it Project Stargate. It is the single most expensive construction project in human history. But here's the number that should scare you. 5 gigawatts. To put that in perspective, 1 gigawatt powers 750,000 homes. 5 gigawatts? That's enough juice to power the entire city of Chicago or launch a space shuttle. And Microsoft and OpenAI plan to pump all that energy into a single building. While your electricity bill has jumped 30% this winter, the tech giants are preparing to plug a machine into the US energy grid that is so thirsty, engineers are warning it might cause blackouts from Dallas to Detroit. They say this machine will birth the first true superintelligence. Critics say it's a nuclear bomb waiting to blow up the economy. Welcome to the master plan. To understand Stargate, you have to forget everything you know about data centers. The facility storing your vacation photos or hosting this YouTube video? That's a convenience store. Stargate is the Mall of America. We're talking about a facility that spans hundreds of acres. It consumes so much steel, copper, and concrete that global commodity prices spiked the day the blueprints were leaked. But why build this beast? Simple. We hit a wall. By 2025, AI models like GPT-5 had eaten the entire internet. To get smarter, to reach AGI, artificial general intelligence, software engineers ran out of tricks. The only way forward is brute force, bigger brains, more chips. OpenAI realized they don't just need a bigger computer, they need a machine that defies current physics. They need millions of AI accelerators working in perfect unison. But there's a catch. When you pack that much silicon in one place, you don't just get intelligence, you get heat. Lots of heat. First, let's talk about power. You can't just plug a 5 gigawatt cord into the Texas grid. The cables would melt. So Microsoft isn't just building a computer, they're becoming a utility company. The plan involves deploying SMRs, small modular reactors. These are mini nuclear power plants derived from the engines inside nuclear submarines. They want to plant these reactors right next to the servers. It sounds insane, putting nuclear fission meters away from a $500 billion delicate supercomputer. But from an engineering standpoint, it's brilliant. By eliminating long transmission lines, they cut energy loss to almost zero. It's an island of power, independent, unstoppable, unless, of course, something leaks. Then comes the heat. Traditional fans are useless here. If you tried to air-cool Stargate, the wind tunnel effect would be loud enough to shatter eardrums. Instead, engineers are turning to liquid immersion cooling. They're literally drowning the servers in dielectric fluid. This special liquid touches the silicon directly, stripping away heat 1,000 times more efficiently than air. Think of it like a biological organism. The nuclear reactors are the heart, the coolant pipes or the veins, and the fiber optics, that's the nervous system. The latency requirements are so strict that the physical length of the cables dictates the shape of the building. If a cable is 6 inches too long, the AI thinks too slow. The speed of light is literally the bottleneck. But let's look at the price tag. $100 billion for the initial phase, $500 billion by the time it's finished. To give you some scale, the International Space Station cost $150 billion. The Manhattan Project cost $30 billion adjusted for inflation. Stargate dwarfs them both. Who pays for this? Microsoft has deep pockets, but not this deep. Enter the titans of finance. We're seeing movements from SoftBank and Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds. They're betting that this machine won't just chat with you. They're betting it will cure cancer, solve fusion energy, and rewrite the global economy. Because if it doesn't, the electricity costs alone are estimated at $10 million per day. If this AI isn't a genius, it's the world's most expensive paperweight. We've seen this movie before. Fiber optic bubbles, .com crashes. If the demand for AI dips even slightly, the economics of Stargate collapse instantly.
You can't turn off a nuclear reactor just because nobody is using ChatGPT today. The meter is always running.
Project Stargate is a monument to human ambition. It's engineering at its absolute limit. But it forces us to ask a question. We're redirecting the resources of a nation, steel, water, atoms, and capital, to build a synthetic mind. We're risking our energy grid and our financial stability on a promise. The engineers say they're building a god. The economists worry they're digging a grave. I want to know what you think. Is Stargate the key to our future, or a $500 billion mistake? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to know how China is planning to beat this machine with half the budget, make sure you're subscribed. You won't want to miss that report. Until then, keep watching the numbers.